We're talking about signs from spirit and answering all your questions with live readings coming up right now.
He said it was like a Devin or David.
David is his name. It's been so spot on.
And I don't know if you put it in the side of your end table or not. You said like something in your end table that you this too.
Oh my god, we're crazy.
Yeah, he's saying hi, baby girl. He's saying hi, baby girl. And is there significance with like image of a rose at all?
He would
Does that
always
make sense?
give me a rose.
Okay, so he's like doing one now. He's saying to work with some sort of like vibrational machine. Somehow a way to work with like machinery and vibration.
I work with horses, and there's actually some magnawave therapy that's vibrational.
Tell me something that he told you that came true.
Everything he's predicted has come true.
I just don't see it.
So he doesn't have cancer?
It's very possible.
Allow yourself to hear yourself. Allow yourself to feel yourself. Allow yourself to talk to yourself. Allow yourself to respond to yourself. That's looking within.
You might encounter negative aspects of self, but that's a freeing experience.
Because then they start realizing that they can't think outside the box. And I say, if you can't think outside the box, then who's the stupid one here?
There's a reason why we're on this timeline. There's a reason why we've chosen to be in this awakening. I say we're going through a spiritual awakening.
So I don't just come out here and talk bull and repeat. I'm living this stuff.
In harmony with nature, in a mystical adventure, we're building on a culture.
Happy Thursday night, everybody. What's going on? Summer solstice begins tonight, and we have a strawberry full moon tomorrow. So things are about to go cray-cray as we enter Cancer season. Emotional cancers, making it very sensitive for the rest of us. Who's in the room? We got Jennifer Cruz. Good to see you. A wonderful mod, Nina, is in the room. She will help guide you if you're having issues trying to book a reading tonight. Christy Razi. I think I got it right this time around. Christy Razi. Brenda Zweck, welcome. Good to see you. David Cruz, you are here. PC Monkey the Third, good to see you. Audie Hart, welcome. Yeah, you made it. I'm glad you made it. Deanna Corley, it's been a while. Good to see you back. Where have you been? Where'd you go? Eric, good to see you. Iggy, can't you see? Sometimes I was going to go on with that song, but Iggy, good to see you. Daryl Blankenship, good to see you, my brother. Lisa Cruz, Blondie7, good to see you. You're all chatting. Elisa Fairs, good to see you. Allie Taylor, good to see you. Melissa Phillips, hello. Ali Baba, good to see you. It's been a long time. AC, great to see you here too tonight. Celeste, great to see you, gorgeous. Andrea Williams, I think I'm saying it correctly. I hope so. Reading its font is like this big. Crazy for Coconuts, good to see you. Anthony Mino, good to see you. Tommy Garasi, happy Thursday. And for all y'all who are watching, hello. I can't see who's watching. I can only see who's chatting. And so those of you who are new, we do live readings tonight too. So if you want a card pull, it's $15 for card pull, $20 for one question, $30 for two questions, and $40 for a live video with me one-on-one. The PayPal and Venmo links are in the description, so follow that accordingly. And of course, the mod Nina, wonderful mod Nina, will help you with that as well. And we'll start with a collective reading first, and then when we start done with the collective reading, we'll get into our topic is signs from spirit. And a lot of guys wonder, like, am I getting signs from spirit? Am I seeing the signs? Am I missing the signs? So we're getting into the type of signs and what you can do to see more signs and all that great stuff. And then we'll do our live readings. But before we do, without further ado, we have a nice little message from Nina. Let me pull it up here. See what Nina has.
What is up, Thursday crew? It is me, Nina. I had my hat on forward, and then right before I started doing the message, I flipped it randomly backward, and I'm like, okay, that's not so random. Like, it feels like the energy feels like it's backward or going backward, and it feels like the messages, and I did a poll too, is like, where can you take this kind of like backward energy and like make it cool for yourself, or make it more like less serious in a lot of ways, that you're not going backward. Take that leap of faith. And this is Archangel Metatron with believe in yourself, listen to your heart, and do what gives you joy. So in what ways can you kind of embrace this new stage and take that leap? And the next card that came through was 10 of Gabriel right there. And it's ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load, working too many hours or trying too hard to please others. So How can you work with this backward kind of pause energy that's happening? How can you leap and trust that there's a team and network of people there to support you? And how can you reach out to lighten your load a little bit?
Very true, because, a lot of times we are taking responsibility for things that we're not responsible for. We're taking too much responsibility for others. And so it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask people for help. And so many guys might not, have maybe you have too much pride that you don't want to ask for help. And so understand we are all here to help each other, and you can't be the only one giving help. Remember, there are others that have a passion to help too. So let them give them and express their love just like you want to, right? So don't be unfair, right? All right, let's get to the collective reading. I love that message. And yeah, sometimes you might think things are going backward. It's like that Paula Abdul song, 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. That voice, she's on the Kermit. But it's true. Sometimes, you take a couple steps backwards to kind of reflect, to be objective, to see like what have you been doing. And so sometimes it really does help to be objective in that sense. So see it in that context. And if you have to be objective, then let's see why you're not being objective in that sense. So Michelle Bell, you're never too late. You're fashionably late. All right. Lady Larson, hello. Yeah, I was trying to she gets kind of Kermit, kind of clenched voice sound, kind of like Shakira, hello. They all need to open up their larynx and open up their throat. A lot of them sound like they have egg in their throat. But she was a good singer, or not a good singer, a good dancer, so that's all that matters, I guess, in that day and age. She's a performer. All right, let's shuffle these cards and see what the collective read has to say for you all. And let's see if we have any forward messages. Being that Nina went backwards, maybe we'll go forwards. Who knows? Oh, was it really now? The first concert, huh? She's still in great shape now, I would say. So, she's still in good shape. I mean, I think she's in her 50s. Still in shape, still can dance really well. So, Madonna, take a hint. But yeah, great dancer. I don't know why she was judging a singing competition, though, but that's another story. All right, we're still shuffling here. And you guys will see my camera shake because my whole desk and all the extension and arms are connected. Unfortunately, I got to find another way to anchor it differently. But these cards are very temperamental, and I think that might be a reflection of the read that's about to come. Temperamental. Let's see. Okay. What's going on here? Okay. This is for the week. So, I mean, the message is going to be very interesting. Okay. Y'all getting schizo this week. What's going on here? Let me pull some oracles now. Y'all been schizo. What's up with the schizo vibes I'm getting tonight? Okay. Still doing this. I'm going to pull a couple more too. Gotcha. Okay. So this is for this week. And before we get into Cancer season, I got to prepare you guys for Cancer season. It's going to be another ride. It's like, oh my God, here goes another ride. Here comes more pressure. Well, that's what happens when you got Aries, Gemini, and Cancer back to back. So I can't help you on that one as far as the alignment of that, but we can help you get through it. Right now, because the cards are very scattered and a lot of guys might be faced with a lot of different choices. And so they're saying that you might be noticing a lot of different personalities coming out of you. You might be saying 1 minute your mood is this way, 1 minute your mood is that way, 1 minute your mood is over here. It's like, I can't contain my emotions. And so this is the preface of Cancer season. And so I felt that today, actually, there has been a lot of just energies pulling in different directions and a lot of moodiness going on. And I just kind of felt the current of that, and that's going to be coming up more so. But this could be a really good thing, too, because I always say the hyper-emotional times is revealing to you when you really are out of balance with your emotions. A lot of us, especially us Aquarians like me, we're not so heavily emotional. So when we're emotionally out of balance, it's hard to tell because we're not so emotional. So I appreciate Cancer season coming in because it shows to me, hey, look, this is where you're kind of out of whack with your emotions. emotion. So then I can repair that. So they're saying a lot of these different personalities might be coming up. That's why I was getting a schizo vibe in a sense, because you might be just being loyal to things that you shouldn't be loyal to. It's kind of similar to what Nina was saying before about like trekking the same road, being stubborn. I'm on this road. I'm on this path. I'm on this path. I'm on this path. No, I'm not diverging from this path, but I'm on this path. This is the way I need to go to get my stuff that I want. And we're saying it's that energy that's making you schizo, because Spirit's trying to lead you. Spirit's trying to give you different directions. Spirit's trying to say, go over here instead, or here's a little detour over here, go over here instead, and you're just like, no, I have to go straight forward. This is what I want. And so you're creating so much opposition in your life, and when you're disregarding the intuitive impulses to different ways of going about your trajectory, you're going to feel cray-cray at that point, because you're going to feel a lot of different pulls, and if you're disregarding those pulls, they're going to get louder. That's kind of how spirit works. And I've been saying this last week too. When you're not listening to the signs, they will get louder, or things will increase and intensify in the negative in order to get you to wake up to it. So that's why you're probably feeling all these different pulls from different directions, because, you know, your little inner child's also trying to come out right now during this time. The inner voice, the inner child, this child that has been, you know, not satisfied in such a long time is trying to come out. The inner workings of the inner child is trying to express itself, wants to come out and play. Because even though Cancer season will be very emotional, it would also be very much, I would say, playful in a sense, and very much, you know, feeling that peace and happiness and joy. So we want to understand what our inner child is really telling us right now. How have we been neglecting that inner child? What does it need? Does it need a little more fun? Are you working too hard to get things done so much that you're not feeling any other dynamic in your life? So it's just work. Because work. I mean, don't listen to that song. You want to get rid of that song, because you need to do more than just work. And so you want to be having more fun in your life. And that means, you know, maybe it is that you're kind of taking a detour on the weekends and doing something that's fulfilling. Maybe it is that you are actually engaging with a friendship that you maybe haven't seen in such a long time, that you're rebuilding that relationship again. So these are things that you have to understand. All these little voices are coming out saying, pay attention. That's why there's a schizophrenic energy, because all these voices of yourself, your inner dynamics that are not being met, are asking to be met, are asking to be played with. So now it's time to play with it. Okay, and so once you kind of find that well-rounded balance in each dynamic and satisfying the inner child and playing with the different aspects of your life that want to be played with, well, then guess what? Then you wouldn't be hating your work. You wouldn't be so encumbered by work. You'll go up, show for work, do your thing, leave, and then you'll start questioning yourself: do I even like my work? Do I love what I'm doing for work? And you'll probably be saying, no, I don't. So let's get the hell out of here. And the inner workings of the inner child and the inner workings of your soul will guide you into a more fun environment with your work, or how to expand the work that you're doing. Because many people make excuses and complain about their jobs. And I like to say, who went on the interview? You went on the interview. Why'd you go on the interview? Oh, I need a job. Well, you got it. You got what you wanted. So how about thinking outside the box? If you don't like the job that you're in, then what is it do you want to do next? And maybe prepare yourself to do so right now at this time, to do that next, you know, endeavor that you want to do, or that next passion, or get the gears going on that. Sitting and just complaining about things that you don't like isn't providing any movement for you. It's providing more contempt of self and keeping you trapped more. So it's time to start thinking outside the box, like we were saying before. All these other dynamics that are screaming, that are crying for attention in your life, start considering what they might be, because it's those little things that you do that changes your pattern in reality that will give you a different door open. Another door may open to another reality, or another door might open to linking you with a connection that will guide you on a new path that will create more of that loving energy and that fun energy in your life that is connected with work, or a career, or an idea with business. You know, so a lot of you guys are on, I created this path, and everyone thinks, am I on the right path? It's like, there's so many correct paths for you. And so if you're trying to get everything done on one path, then you probably are going to keep yourself stuck and miserable, and you're going to feel all these pulls and all this opposition, and that will turn into a lot of frustration, because you're not understanding that sometimes we need to detour, sometimes we need to take a right, sometimes we need to take a left, or sometimes there's a fork in the road. And so these are the times now that we want to look at that and start asking ourselves, what is, you know, coming out? What is resurrecting within me that is needing attention right now? And some of you guys might be doing, you know, leisure. Some of you guys might be that you want to tap into that new business idea. Some of you guys might be saying, I got to write that book. Some of you guys are saying, I want to create that piece of music. I want to finish this piece of music. It could be whatever it is that you're saying that you want to be doing. But a lot of you guys have the mentality is, oh, but you know, I can't make money doing it, so I'm not going to do it. Bullshit. Because you're not going to make money at all if you don't expand what you're good at. You're not going to make money at all if you're not allowing yourself to get outside of your box, get outside of your comfort zone. Because a lot of you guys want wealth, a lot of you guys want abundance, but you kind of limited yourself in one position with one limited income. How is that going to happen? How is that going to bring you a higher pay? Especially if you're not working toward anything new. So now is the time to listen to all the voices in your head, in a sense. I'm not condoning schizophrenia or craziness, but we have different ideas in the mind. Okay, so listen to those different ideas that are coming up in your mind and consider them. You don't have to follow each and every one of them, but everything is a guide point of what you've been lacking. This is going to get louder this week. And probably within the next month too, until you actually, accommodate these things. And remember, these aspects and elements are all you, all parts and versions of you. So there's nothing to fear, and there's nothing to, want to, avoid in that sense, because you can recalibrate and get rid of certain ideas or embrace certain ideas. It's up to you. But this is the week to do it. Because, some of you guys are behind. Some of you guys have not pulled away from your past paradigm of actions and past paradigms of behaviors and past paradigms of decisions that have been causing you to be stuck. But life is forcing you to get out of that paradigm. So a lot of you guys are a little behind on this. You still have to, understand what the shadow version of the self is trying to tell you and pull away from that so you understand the newer version of self that needs to be expressed. A lot of you guys are behind because it's the time of growth. We were talking about this on Leading Out Loud this Monday about, life is forcing you to change right now. The collective has to evolve. The collective needs to be pushed forward. And if you're not doing it, you will be pushed forward in ways that you're not maybe wanting right now, or things will be pulled away from you in ways that you won't be expecting because you can't stay stuck any longer. Because at some point, the collective has to evolve. And so everything in our world and culture can evolve too. If you're just staying stuck, you're not helping. So yes, finding another job that is reflective of what you're wanting, finding a career that you love, and doing things that you love is helping you to evolve. You need to be doing this to help the collective too. Otherwise, we're going to keep stalling. You'll be left behind, and at some point, we'll be left behind in a sense. And I think that's kind of what the metaphoric, story about the rapture really is. It's not so much as that like people are going to rise to the earth, rise from the earth and go to heaven, and people will be left behind. It's more figurative than that. It's more saying that when you raise your vibration, in a sense, you raise to a higher dimensionality. Others will be left behind in a sense that they won't be able to reach that level of dimensionality. And so it is about, and we're doing that all the time. So many people have elevated to 5D Earth in a sense, and that's just again another figurative of 5D perspective, experiencing planet Earth in a different way. Still the same Earth, but your perspective has broadened. So many people have been going through that cycle of evolving to 5D and I see things in a very 5D format. And so, your guys are going to be feeling left behind because when the majority in the collective start evolving and you're not, you will kind of be falling by the wayside. And so that's why it's kind of a wake-up call. You guys, a lot of you guys who have not been doing the work or been struggling with doing the work, you've been seeing these signs around you. You've been seeing these kind of notes around you, these messages around you, because it's trying to nudge you in the right direction. So it's not that hard. All it has to do is take action to allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to grow. That's it. It's very simple. Very simple. A lot of you guys are not allowing yourself to grow. You're so hell-bent on how it has to be that one way. And we're saying there's so many other ways, and these voices are trying to wake you up to the different, I would say, options. And there's an abundance of choices and opportunities for you. And that's what this universe is trying to show to you through the direction of spirit. Okay? And that's where your power lies, guys. I mean, of course, this is all about the power. It's all about self-empowerment and all about the power within, right, of dictating your own reality, dictating your own decisions and choices. So let me pull some more oracles on this too. So this week, I'm going to keep it short and simple. I'm not going to go long on this. Make sure you're paying attention to the different voices that are telling you about different aspects of yourself you've been depriving yourself of. Call it voices, call it ideas, call it pulls, whatever you want to call it. A lot of you guys are suppressing all those things because you're just thinking that, it's not going to give me a paycheck, when you never know it could give you a paycheck. Get out of this give me a paycheck idea, because if you don't expand, your paychecks won't expand. Think of it in that context. Okay? My nose has been itching randomly. Every time I've been reading lately, my nose has been itching. I wonder what that means. If anyone has a suggestion why the superficial or the superstition, about nose itching, leave it in the comments. I'm curious. You guys are quiet tonight. Usually, you guys are rambunctious. You guys are pretty quiet in that chat over there. Let's pull some more cards. And I'm just going to see here too. Okay. It is about I don't want to be cliche. You hear about it all the time. Oh, get rid of the fear and the fear and the fear. Yada yada yada. We hear it all the time, right? And so, but it really is. You have to, guys, consider what the reason why you're holding on to things is the fear of letting go. But what are you letting go of? You know what I mean? What is it that you're actually resisting in a sense? Because resistance, sometimes you have to resist things in life, and sometimes you shouldn't be resisting things in life, right? So you want to find out if you're resisting anything that's positive or resisting things that is, creating growth for yourself, because resisting those things could be a detriment to that growth, right? And so it's really now for everybody to start focusing on the divine masculine. Because we had a moment where it very much was a divine feminine and very much about being, focused on emotions, focus on, which we're doing in the Cancer season, yes, but we need divine masculine to control and to dictate. Because if we're in divine feminine and then we have emotional ruckus, the divine masculine will be needed to kind of get control of it and put it into order. So right now you need to kind of developing with your divine masculine energy, which is really about putting things in order and putting things in proper balance and finding more structure. I said this last week about finding more structure. It's time to create structure now, because, at the same time, we could be very, very spiritual, airy, and very kind of aloof in a sense, but we also need structure. This is a period when the Cancer season is about to come that we need more structure. Okay? And so when you find that balance and that structure, attraction, that's where you start having more attraction to things. And I want to say attraction in a sense of it's very clear. Very clear, like what you're attracting is resonating to you, and you actually are attracting things that you're wanting, and vice versa. And that's where pleasure arises, right? This is where you find the pleasures, the simple pleasures in life, because you're finding that balance. I say if you just let go a little bit, if you allow yourself to be intuitive and honor the different dynamics that are crying for your attention, you'll find little pleasures pop up. Little road signs will pop up, figuratively speaking, and little directions will pop up, figuratively speaking. So that would be very much an indication that you understand that these callings are actually in your favor. So consider them during this week, okay? If you're not listening to them, you're going to feel crazy. You're going to feel crazy. You're going to feel like your emotions are all over the place. But take that divine masculine, put your emotions in order, and start considering these different aspects of yourself that are crying for attention, including that inner child. And this way you'll find the right balance. And your emotional interactions with people and circumstances will be joyous and glorious. You'll enjoy the engagements. You'll feel the warmth of that. Because, the Cancer energy is really much about emotion, yes, but not just out of balance emotion, about intense emotion. And love and compatibility and companionship. So get these things in balance. Consider the aspects of self, and you'll find that joy in relationships, the fun will be like a fun energy in your life, a very glorious energy in your life you wouldn't want to let go of. Okay, so that's this week ahead. We have to be focusing on. Now, signs from spirit. Okay, this is a topic, and I'll make it quick too, because I'm going to get to the readings, and I'm a little fatigued today, so I'm going to try to keep things short and simple and sweet. But signs from spirit can be so many different ways. There'd be so many different facets of signs from spirit. A lot of guys just think there's going to be something weird that happens, or some sort of thing that comes out of the sky, or something's going to move in the house. I would say repetitive signs or repetitive energy you're seeing in your external world are signs from spirit. A person showing up, that kind of like is giving the help that you need, or a person that shows up from the past that's reminding you of things of your past that you need to let go of, is a sign from spirit. I always say too, any type of health issues is a sign from spirit. My nose itching is a sign from spirit. I'm trying to figure out what it means at this moment. I know when the palm itches, it's like you're receiving money. My nose has been like itching weirdly. So there's so many different aspects of yourself, and so many people think they're missing the signs. I say, look at your daily occurrences in everyday life. Pay attention to the bumper sticker ahead of you. Pay attention to the signs that are popping out at you when you're driving. Pay attention to how people are maneuvering around you. Everything is a sign. And so many people are relying on spirit, external spirit, to provide them signs in their own life when you're creating your signs yourself. Your energy, your own calibration of what you're projecting with your energy is maneuvering and actually altering the world around you. And you're bouncing around and colliding with different energies based on what you're attracted to and with the energy state that you are in. So just look where you're standing. Look around you. You know where you're at with your energy based on what's standing around you and what you're encompassed in and so forth. So those are signs. And so direct signs from spirit could be so many different facets. It could tell you to write something down. You get some different writing of an inspired information through writing. It could be a song that comes on. It's so many different variables. And the more aware you are in your life, the more objective and conscious you are in your life, you'll see these signs. Sometimes you guys have so many options and opportunities of things, right? And so you're like, I don't know which to choose, but yet one has like a number that's like one of your numbers that's wrapped in it, or there's a name of the person that's, has that opportunity for you that is someone that you care about. So, but if you're not being objective, you won't notice those little patterns to nudge you in the right direction, what really matches with you. So being objective and have that discernment will actually allow you to see those different signs and make the decisions clear in your life. A lot of you guys are not making the right decisions because you're not clear on what's going on around you. So you're just kind of like, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. I'm just focused on that I don't have anything going on. Nothing's going on. Nothing's going on. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? You're stuck in a loop. And how the hell is that going to get you anywhere? How is that going to get you out of any circumstance if you're just focused on, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Instead of trying to figure out what to do. Right? And trying to figure out, like, where can I go? Let me feel out circumstances in my life. Let me feel out these opportunities. What does this feel like for me? Right? And so I would say you need to be very objective with how you feel. A lot of you guys are so much about what you think, and your thinking is all wrong. The logic is all wrong. And so you're missing the signs from spirit because you're not in the wavelength or the vibrational frequency, as we hear all the time, of the spiritual voice, the voice of spirit. The voice of spirit comes from within, comes from with your intuition and following and feeling things out and being objective and having discernment about things around you, what you should and should not be doing, and so forth. So many of you guys are on this loop, this hamster wheel, and you think because there's movement that somehow that you're on the right path, but you're not progressing. I always say it's a hamster and a wheel energy. There's movement but no progression. And some of you guys are stuck in that. And so nothing's really happening. There's no changes, and you're kind of limited your view, and you're limited, like I was saying previously, about the different voices in a sense that you're hearing, which are just different options that are coming, trying to knock on your door. And you guys like, I'm not paying attention to that. So like you're missing a sign, you're missing a direction, you're missing guidance. And so it's time to get out of that box. It's time to be more objective and start paying attention to every little thing around you, every little frustration, everything that's been coming to you that's unexpected. That's a sign. It's a message. Look deep within it. And sometimes you guys are being too literal in a sense. Look beyond the meaning of, of what something's being presented to you. Look behind the presentation and get the energy behind it. Get the understanding of what it means intuitively. And I would say, a lot of people say, well, how do I tap into my intuition? It's a feeling. The intuition is a knowing. And you can test it by saying, if you want to go somewhere and you ask yourself, should I go somewhere? And you obviously hear a no. That's your intuition. It doesn't question, it doesn't process, it just knows. And the more you get used to that intuitive response and intuitive call, then the signs of spirit will be more obvious to you. The signs from spirit are all around you, all the time. Good, bad, neutral. It's all signs. And so a lot of guys are on look, where's the positive sign? Where's the sign of confetti? And it's like, no. Doesn't work that way, because sometimes you need a different sign. Sometimes you need a sign that says you're about to crash and burn. Here's a sign. It's not going to be confetti. You haven't earned the confetti yet. You haven't got the award yet, so you haven't finished the race yet. So sometimes a sign is stop and slow down, right? A sign could be is that maybe you are driving down the road and you're going fast and you almost fall off the curb and you almost crash and you're like, that's a sign. You're going too fast. You're going reckless in your life. That's a sign. And, last week we talked about health issues and how the body is also a sign of what's going on emotionally. Those are signs. Okay? So a lot of guys are thinking there's some sort of spiritual being that needs to somehow is driving your life, that they have to give you message. All wrong. You are driving your life. You are creating your own signs and messages, and that happens automatically. The universe is a mechanism. That's creating the signs for you automatically. It's not some spirit saying, oh, we're going to throw this in our path. That's somehow, we always put the power in another God or power in a spirit instead of ourselves. We're creating the path. We are actually following the path. We're creating the blockages. We're doing all that. Okay? And we can rely on spirit to help us, but they don't need to. They don't need to. Unless you ask for inspiration, you'll get it. But by default, the universe is calibrating your reality based on your choices and based on how you're encoding it by your perception. So if you don't like what you see around you, then you need to change your perspective and the perception of what you're observing in life and how you're observing that. Because if you don't, same stuff, and that's your signs, same stuff. So you can't expect, to go into a bucket of ice and then scream because you're not warm. It's like you're in a bucket of ice. You're not going to get hot in there. You're not going to get warm from there. Get out of the bucket of ice. And so many guys are stuck in a bucket of ice and crying, that things are cold and things are desolate and that you're not getting what you want. You're not getting the warmth in your life, but you're stuck in a bucket of ice. You're cold-hearted. You close yourself off from how you feel. You close yourself off from your intuition. And so, it's time to get out of that coldness, that desolate energy, and start broadening your perspective, considering the different aspects of self that are crying for attention, and understand every little piece in your life that expands is going to expand you in totality. Whether you think it's a career path or not doesn't matter, because all of you has to be expressed. And when all of you is expressed, then you'll start creating different paths, different opportunities that you never would have dreamed of. That's why you see a lot of celebrities say, I never would have dreamed it would have become like this. That's not because they were just focusing on what they loved and all these pathways just opened up for them. So again, about this creating reality bullshit, that's, in a sense, we create opportunities based on our openness and perception of life. And we're following the soul purpose and what the soul wants to express. That's when all these other things start coming in very synchronous. You'll see the signs you really want to see, not the signs that are trying to push you into where you want to be and who you want to become. All right. So stop sitting around waiting. What does Spirit have to say to me? Well, what do you have to say? What are you doing in your life? Why does Spirit have to work full time for you? Think about this for a moment. It's a harsh message. But why does Spirit have to work full time for you? If you're not communicating with Spirit, you're not doing anything to be spiritual in a sense of growth. Why would Spirit have to be on call for you 100% of the time? Are they your slave? No, they're not. And don't be a slave to that either. So I think that when you change that perspective, you realize you have that flow within you. You have that power within you. You're encoding reality naturally, and everything is reflecting to you where you're at and where you're going in the moment, that you can alter and manipulate your energy to manipulate your energy space and your external world. When you start getting that momentum and you start using that by using your intuition and considering the impulses from your soul from within, things will just magically unfold in front of you. And I'm speaking about this from experience. That's how I've been living my life, actually. So... And if I, and I always tell people, I only talk about things I know about and experience. I don't talk about things I don't know about or haven't experienced. I keep my mouth shut. So if I'm talking about it, it's because I've experienced both sides of this, and this is how I live now doing that. So, and I feel like I found the freedom in life with that. And so I'm trying to also help others find their freedom, because the more freedom we have on this planet, the better this planet will be. And many people wish for a better planet, but they're not doing anything to change themselves to make the planet better. They're just complaining. Because they want. I'm not getting what I want, not getting what I want, right? So it's about being who you want to become. I've been saying this like a broken record too. Who do you want to become? Who do you want to be? Focus on that. If you want to be a charming person, then put more love and nurturing into your relationships and your interactions. You become a charming person. If you want to be someone who is very good at speaking, then listen to your voice. Listen to your heart, or listen to your heart, right? And follow that and own your voice. You'll be a better speaker. So many different things that you can do of the person you want to become, and then that turns into physical expressions. Too many people are focused just on, I want to be this, I want to be that, and they're not focusing on what to do and how to nurture to be that person and the end result. They're focusing just on the end result instead of becoming it. And that's going to allow you guys to see the signs of Spirit. You realize the signs have been around you all this time. And you'll also be considering that you have so many different dynamics in life that you put together as one empowered being, and you'll be a powerful manifester. You have to earn being a powerful manifester. You can't just write things down and say, I'm a powerful manifester. You got to earn that. You have to earn that by earning the awareness. You have to earn that by tapping into your intuition. You got to earn that by clearing up your karma. You got to earn that by growing. And so many people who evolved a long time, we could say we're powerful manifestors, baby, because we're following our soul purpose. We're in tune to that. But those of you who have been shitty in your relationships, those who've been complaining your whole life, those who haven't resolved your karma, make excuses in life, and blame everybody else for your problems, you cannot be a powerful manifester until you earn that by clearing out and growing from those experiences. You can try to manifest all you want. You didn't earn it. It's a power that you have to obtain. It's an evolution. It's an awareness. It's an ascension. So this whole manifestation crap that I always talk against is just wasting your time. So the more we focus on who you want, not what you want, but who you want to become, doors open, you become clear, you become empowered, and you just are happy. You feel at peace. You feel free. That's the goal. And that's what Spirit's trying to tell you. And this message here is a sign from Spirit. Okay? Now, let's get into these readings, because I'm tired. And talking gets me tired. More so. Oh yeah, Iggy, you're living this stuff. Yeah, you're talking about my phrase there. It's true. It's true. I mean, gosh, I mean, personally, I like to listen to people who've been through things. I don't want to hear someone just like repeating shit. You know, that just says shit and they repeat it because they heard it somewhere else. Like I want to hear from people who've gone through things. And hear the wisdom and the people who evolved from things. I don't want someone just repeating shit. And there's so many people repeating Neville Goddard. Buy my Neville Goddard course about how you can attract. It's like, let's talk. Let's be original. Do you guys want me to rant? Okay, let's get into. I have the first card pulls for Lisa or Anthony. Let me do this here. I know, I gotta keep it short. Don't want no short man. Remember that? Who remembers that from the 90s? Iggy, I know you remember that track from the 90s. Don't want no short man. Were you? I don't know if you were around in the 90s, Iggy, or not, but I would think you've heard of it. I'm sure Eric has heard of that. Yeah, this is ridiculous here. There are people charging $10,000 for manifestation courses. The most stupidest thing I've ever heard of. It's another pyramid get-rich-quick scheme that is a manifestation law of attraction shit. It's garbage. It's baloney. And, you know, it's preying on people's fears or hopes, actually. And it's not even just... It's not that it should be illegal. It's unethical. It's unethical. And I used to teach that stuff, by the way. If you look at my website, I have a book called Manifestation Master. I used to teach it. But I keep that book on there because I like what I've done in the book. I got, you know, people to write down what they want, their goals, and to visualize. So that's a good step to do that. You know, it's really good to have yourself visualize and to write on paper what you're wanting. That's good because you can get yourself to see the bigger picture. So that's why I leave my ebook on there. And I was always talking about action too. I never talked about things just coming out of the sky. You know, so yeah, it's ridiculous. Ali Bobo knows what we're talking about. That song. Ali knows that song. No, I'm always silly. I've been serious more so. Okay. I'm going to be quick at the reads too, as I should be. I'm always too long and I burn myself out, so I can't do that. You know, this is a card pull for Anthony. It's just, you know, it's saying that you let me make sense of this. It's saying you're feeling pulled from so many different angles. You know, that you're feeling pulled. There's a lot of things coming at you at once. And, you know, you're feeling responsible for all of them in a sense. And all these situations around you feeling responsible for. And you can also see the card too. I mean, the cards are my guide point. I'm actually reading it psychically. The card's going to say, talk about this, and I go off. I don't really read cards in that sense because I'm psychic medium. I don't have to. It's just kind of, where do you want to go, Spirit? And this is what the cards do for me. And they're saying with that, you have so many, you know, options, so many obligations, you know, there's so many different parameters that you have to follow in your life, and you're kind of doing it by yourself. And, you know, you're being left in the dark in the sense on these things. A lot of it says you're being too hard-headed. You're being too stubborn. You're not actually allowing people to come in and help. And people try to help, like, no. You're like, I got it. So, you know, you got to let people help. You can't be the only one. This is probably the message that Nita was saying before is for you too. You can't be the only one that can dictate and to control circumstances. You have to allow other people to, one, let them control their own circumstances and learn their own fucking lessons, and allow yourself help with circumstances that you do need help on. So you're closing yourself down from that. You know, and it's not macho to do this because there's an energy about, you know, pride, you know, in this sense was coming up. There's nothing macho about you taking care of everything, especially if you can't do it or you stall. That's not very macho. What's macho is allowing balance. What's a man thing, you know, because I'm sensing some old school vibes here that you might be kind of like a privy to old school energy that you might want to, you're burning out of, that you have to. You know, burn out of that ideology. It's not doing you because you're sensitive, but your old school beliefs or your old school way of going about things are conflicting right now. They're conflicting right now. I didn't see that, but that's Two of Wands, kind of like two different aspects of duality in a sense, or a dichotomy. And you're being defeated by this because as you're becoming more sensitive, you're very emotional. And so with the High Priestess card, you probably have intuitive abilities too. You probably predict things. I wouldn't be surprised if you're intuitive too. You know, but you got to start getting out of the old school bullshit and the macho stuff, whatever you think you're supposed to do as a man. Get over that shit. Let people come in and help you. Understand what it's like to have compatibility and to have a functioning unit with people, and allow other people to take control of their own fucking lives without you mingling in it, in a sense. And this way you can focus on your sensitivity. You can focus on, you know, your emotional expression and put it into balance, and, you know, have a more, I would say, well-rounded life. Because to me, you're well-rounded, but it's chaotic. The things that you are able to do or things around you. It's got to be more refined and be more well-rounded in a positive sense, so things can flow and actually work in a wheel in harmony. And they're saying kind of you're in a stage of defeat right now. Here's another card with the swords in the back too. You kind of feel defeated, and so you're going to feel defeated until you embrace what we're saying in this regard, and you start becoming more sensitive, more allowing, more open to having people help you in return, and taking advice from others. Don't be hard-headed. Don't be Taurus energy or Scorpio energy. Be open to letting other people come in and help. And that doesn't mean that you're less than or you're not as valuable because someone else needs to come and assist. That's just called people loving you. And like I said before, like just as much as you want to help people and love people, there's people that also want to help and love too. Give them the opportunity to have joy in helping and loving you too. Okay? All right. Hey, Leslie, Brian? Did I say it correctly? I'm bad with names. Everyone in the room can vouch that I'm horrible with names. Especially when I'm like looking at my screen, the font is like this big. So, I think it's Liesel, I assume. I hope. Okay, so now we have, sorry, this thing is slow here. Deanna, card pull. It's been a minute. Yes, it has. And if there's too many card pulls back to back, I'm going to skip around to questions because the card pulls get mundane and monotonous. So I might skip around because this way questions can be more direct and less mundane. Hey, Kate. What's going on? Love the purple hearts. Is PC Monkey? My mom had a shirt that said, "Itty bitty titty club. She should have kept." Oh my gosh. Erica, what did we say? I made something up about the Tootsie. I forgot. Do you remember? I said it on text. I made a whole line of it. I forgot. It was a whole something. Okay, I'm just shuffling for Deanna. Deanna, you're scattered. You're scattered because your cards are not working with me here. Give me a second. They are flopping around, your cards. Okay. Wow. Again, this is crazy town. Crazy town. I mean, these are the identical cards from the last card pull. You were reshuffling that. And this is also in the previous reading. But there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Okay? Okay, so this is kind of interpreting a little differently because even though these same cards got pulled for the last reader, they read differently for you though, in a sense, because not that you're in the dark. I mean, you are in the dark, I would say, and I think that I feel like you're hanging on by a thread. So you might be getting out of a situation, or about to, or I just feel like you're hanging on by a thread and trying to latch on to a newer, paradigm in your life. Of course, that feels like a relationship, of course. And they're saying that like you're starting to realize that you've been, left alone in the dark. You've been kind of alone in the sense of your relationships, and you kind of feel like defeated. Like, I get it. I'm not going to really kind of carry this on any longer, And so I think that right now you might find yourself putting yourself more into career to gain your confidence back. So Ace of Pentacles is really about launching a new idea. It's also about, financial rewards and financial income and financial, gains in a sense. So if you're seeking, and this might even be when it comes to a relationship too, or some sort of legality in a relationship this year that might come in your favor. So if there's a divorce, a separation, then maybe you'll get some financial legalities from that in a sense. Or so it just feels like a legal increase. Okay. But they're saying that, this newer shift, the move, right, is really all about this newer paradigm and the realization. I think you've been doing that splitting, saying like, I've been alone, I've been in the dark, and there's so many secrets that was being held from me, and, and I'm just I'm done with that. Like, I stick a fork in me, I'm done, I've been defeated. And they're saying, but you're realizing this now. And this is kind of like a change for you in a sense that you might just kind of be done with I would say, the anchor, i.e. relationship. So, but I feel like this, whatever financial thing this is, or investment, and I just feel like that will be resolved. So if you're expecting some monies or expecting some return on investment or some sort of like a deal, that will actually that actually will happen. So that seems to be successful, and that you'll be more career focused and kind of breaking away from relationships and understanding it's time to kind of to merge out of being so relationship focused and more into career focus, which is more about yourself and independence. Okay, so scattered means that you're just kind of in betwixt that, you know what I mean? So I think that's kind of what why you feel scattered, because you're in between like two dichotomies of energy. So it's like, but once you kind of finish this phasing process, then I think that's when you will find more of that kind of like, I've let go, I'm done with it, it's over, Yeah, it will come. Yeah, that'll come. I think you're going to feel leave. I think you're going to feel like you've left. I think you're going to feel that soon. I think the realization is that you're alone. And so, well, if I'm alone here, I'd rather be alone and by myself than alone in the situation that's been so fulfilling. Conditionally, in a sense. But I think the confidence will build up for you to exit. Remember, this is a process, exiting a relationship and marriage. So, we're not talking like tomorrow, but we're saying that, you're getting into the position to where you're going to start feeling like it is necessary. It's necessary. Okay. Okay. Kathleen Prentice. For my daughter, Lydia, I would like to receive insight on current living situation, whether a good decision to leave. Living situation for daughter Lydia. Okay. There's too much drama with the living situation. So I don't know. Yeah, she's got to get out of there. Hold on. Let me just adjust this with Deanna really quick. I literally live in my own world. We just moved, though. We can leave if he wants, but this is my house. I left for him. Yeah. I think that this move is going to like kind of push you. It's going to cause you guys to separate. That was the Two of Wands coming up. I think this move, this new paradigm is going to create a separation for you, Deanna. Just FYI. So that's coming. It's coming. It's almost there. Separation is almost there. Okay, because I feel like this is pushing you to get out in a sense, and I feel like it's going to be within a year. The separation. Okay. All right, back to Kathleen. This is for daughter Lydia. Yes, get out of that living situation. It feels chaotic, feels tense to me. So I would say it's if you don't leave, you'll be forced to leave. The things will increase in drama. I don't know if there's a roommate involved, but whoever person is connected to the living situation is causing tension or would create more tension, that she needs to leave and get out of that. For shizzle, my nizzle. The current relationship, if the contract of this bond has come to an end, is this something I should invest any more energy into? Yeah, the relationship's over. There's nothing left. That you have to clear out your own reservations. Stop being a puppet. This is what your guides are saying. Stop being a puppet. Stop letting people like dictate how you feel, right? Stop wondering if what you do is going to affect somebody else and so concerned about how it's going to affect somebody else. Stop being someone's puppet in that sense, right? I don't know why Spirit's choosing to use that term puppet, but it feels like you're allowing them to kind of control what you say and do and how you feel and thinking about whether or not it's going to affect them or not. Like, stop that, because no one's that important, right? No one is that relevant in our lives that we have to say, I'm going to like feel a certain way because of them, because how they are thinking. Who gives a crap what they're thinking? It's none of our business what they're thinking. So you have to clear it up, clean up there. That relationship is over. It needs to be done because it's very imbalanced too. It's a very imbalanced relationship. It's heavy. It's drama. It's it's dishonest. It's inauthentic. I mean, there's so many words that come out to me that are just not great words in a sense. They feel all full of ego, very much egomaniac. They think their shit don't stink type of thing, right? But yet you're there cleaning their shit up, figuratively speaking. Let's think of that literally for a moment. Someone takes a shit in your living room, like, don't worry, I'll clean it up. And then they go ahead, take another shit in your living room, I'll clean it up. That is no different than doing that energetically. Someone dumps you emotionally, I'll clean it up. It is the same thing. If someone's going to take a shit in your living room, you're like, get the fuck out of my living room. And I'm not cleaning your shit up anymore. Get out of here. Same thing with relationships. They're dumping on you emotionally, which is worse, by the way, when someone is dumping on you emotionally. That is 10 times worse than any other action that someone could do. They should leave, and you should make them exit your life. And so, yeah, this relationship is nonsense in that sense to me, and it's aggravating. It's frustrating. Wake up to it. Snap out of it, because this is not how you're supposed to function in your life. And this is not how relationships are supposed to function. Not like that. So you have to just clear that up. There's no bond there, right? There's no this is a karmic bond here. It's none of that. Karmic just means that you're attached to a lesson of yours. Doesn't mean two people are locked together. Doesn't mean two people have to there's chains attached. Fuck that. No. What it is that, we have karmic lessons, and some relationships are karmic simply because it matches a karmic pattern we have not learned from. So we resonate with that. And so this person is not that special. Say they're a bond. It's like, no, you have to get over the fact that you have to understand that you're not insignificant. You have to understand that you need to be empowered and also put on a pedestal that you're not going to clean up people's shit anymore and not live in the shadows in a sense. That's why the relationship is done, but you got to clean up that thinking for yourself and mature in your thinking in that sense, So that's how you should invest into yourself. So the question was, is there something I should invest any more energy into? Yourself. You should not be focusing on all these things outside of you. You need to be focusing on yourself right now and focusing on, is this how I should be thinking? Is this, and look objectively and see if you're watching someone and do what you're doing in your relationships. Would you approve? Everyone in the room, listen to this. If you took your step back and observed yourself in your relationships and what you're doing, would you approve? Most guys say, no, I wouldn't approve. So why are you staying stuck in it? And what do you think staying in it is going to do for you? Considering them and wondering, what are they thinking? How are they feeling about me? Do they still love me? They never did. Most of these situations, they're all in love with themselves. They're not expressing love, because if they loved you, you wouldn't be questioning yourself if they loved you or not. It'd be obvious. So don't be, so wrapped up in your own ego to where you have to start saying, but he didn't love me, he didn't care about me, so I got to figure it out. Who cares? Move on. If they don't love you, don't love you. Find someone who does love you. Let's keep it simple. You don't need to overcomplicate these things. And of course, this question inspired me with so many situations I've seen lately with relationships. So a lot of this is expanding into other expressions, because this is really kind of inspired me to this. So no, you don't need to put any more emphasis and importance on that dynamic. The person is very egotistical, full of themselves, think their shit don't stink. It's time for you to start realizing what your value is right now. Focus and put that value into yourself. Don't worry about how you're expressing things right now. It's about what you're feeling right now, what you think that you need for yourself right now, and get yourself in that mindset. Otherwise, you will be in this situation repetitively. And it would keep repeating over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's not cute. It's not pretty. Feeding someone's ego is not cute. It's not pretty. It's sad, right? And I'm saying this, I want you to see it that way and understand you deserve so much better, and you have so much more to offer yourself and people. And there's so many more people around in life that will appreciate you, right? And give you in return what you've been given now and match you and meet you in the middle in that sense. And that's what you need to be focusing on. So it's a harsh message, but it needs to be said, because otherwise you'll keep in that, but what if he still wants me back? Or what if he changes? Get over it. Or what if they change? You know, with the pronouns these days, I don't know. But it's time. It's time to be firm like that right now. And that's why I put extra time on this, because it's time to be firm like that. And call it for what it is. I feel like people are coddling you right now, and they shouldn't be coddling you. And I'm talking to Lydia. People got to stop coddling you. People got to tell you how it is, and stop saying, "Oh, it's okay." No, it's not okay. What you experience is not good, and you should seek better for yourself. We need to be very blunt and direct on this. Pacifying someone in this situation ain't going to do anything. And ask yourself this: why aren't you loving yourself? Why are you so focused on loving somebody else, but why aren't you focused on loving yourself? Why aren't you focused on being loved, that you have to take crumbs to where it's like, maybe they will love me, maybe they will show me attention, maybe they're thinking about me right now, even though like they've never showed me attention. Why are you focusing so much on loving them but not focusing on loving yourself? Who else is focused on loving yourself? Why are you not actually focusing on getting love for yourself and demanding that and having an expectation of loving for yourself? Why are you not doing this? Ask yourself that question. And what the hell did they do to deserve your constant love continuously? What did they do to deserve that? Did they earn it? Are they earning it now? Are they earning your consideration? Living rent-free in your mind? So again, this energy is to separate you from this energy. So you can see what that energy is. And you realize, you say to yourself, what am I doing? No, I'm not doing that. So that was the point of the message. And I'm just doing a random card pull for Kate. I'm gonna probably change the reading types next week. Do something unique. Do something different. Spice it up. Right, Patty. So bottom line, don't dump in my living room. That's right. 100%. Don't be dumping in my living room. Yeah. And understand, Lydia, that's me fighting for you. What I was saying there was not scolding you. I'm fighting for you. Okay? You need to understand that. I'm fighting for you. And that's called, I would say, that's love energy that I'm giving to you. I'm giving you my love energy by fighting for you. By understanding that you deserve better, that you should not be doing this to yourself. I'm fighting for you. That is me giving you love. Love isn't unicorn and rainbows and like, it's okay. That's called pacifying and putting things under the rug. No, I'm giving you my love because you deserve better. That's why I spent more time on you on this question. And this passion doesn't come from anywhere. It's not just, where's this passion, my passion coming from? Love. And this is random for Kate, card pull for Kate. Right, AC. Right? They're a squatter. Ain't nothing good about a squatter. Right? What do squatters do? They take dumps. Right? So I blame Christopher Witecki for my potty humor, my bathroom humor. He brought it out of me. Okay. Final one is random card pull for Kate. Gotta God, it's hot in here. These lights, the machines are hot. I'm sweating. Whew. I'm also Italian, everyone. I'm always supposed to draw out the Puerto Rican. I'm also 50% Italian. I'm 50% Puerto Rican, 50% Italian, 50-50. Okay? So that's Puerto Rican and Italian. Everyone's always supposed to call it Puerto Rican. I'm like, I feel like I'm more Italian than I am Puerto Rican. But I love both aspects. Oh, the joys of being a mixed creature. Being mixed, it's funny when people talk about race and shit. Like, I'm mixed. I'm Latin and white. So what's with me, right? I do have a MIDI fan, but I moved. I have ceiling fan, and it's just the green screen blocks it. So yeah, I have to get my little fan that I used to have. Okay, this is an emotional read for Kate. You're going through transformation right now. They're saying, let me see what it is. Because it is emotional, so it just might be an emotional read. They're saying you're having a difficult time making decisions right now. Like it's all about decision making. That you're not being, and this is for card full for Kate. You need to start being more adamant in your decision making. And the fact you're not being able to make decisions right now, or you feel like you're not trusting your decisions right now, is because you're not looking at yourself in the mirror, figuratively speaking. It's kind of what we're saying in the beginning message, the collective message, that you need to start really understanding the different aspects that you really do want in life, and stop trying to meet other people's expectations of what you should be doing or not be doing. So that's kind of getting in the way. And so therefore it's kind of leaving all your pieces puzzle pieces on the floor, and you're not putting the pieces together. So all the little pieces in your life are things that you want to be doing that you don't put together because people might judge you, or people saying, or other people's expectations. You're just leaving the bigger picture incomplete. And so they're saying, look deep down inside yourself, and look deep within yourself, and understand the different parts of yourself. And this is actually the collective message we're saying. It's matching your energy that you want to explore and expand upon. And so make your decision based on what you think is best for you, not based on what other people in your mind may think or not think. So it's time for you to step out of that, because you're going through transformation, and so it's a good thing, And, when the assessing card comes up, it means that you're looking within, you're looking for answers, you're trying to find answers, you're trying to find things beyond, how you've been. I love the sovereignty card next to that. It's looking within and finding your own power, and the power card. I mean, it's all about that. That's why I'm saying it's an emotional read right now, because of these cards that are popping out. But, within that self-reflection, then you're going to, of course, have things will come into fruition. And that's, to me, they're saying to dig deep within yourself and stop trying to meet the expectations of others, or don't make decisions because what other people might think of you for doing it. If you have a decision, you think, well, they might think I'm crazy, then do it. You want people to think you're crazy because you don't want to be following the norm. Because if I did, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. I would have just kept myself secret mystical person, doing what I was doing before, and not really expanding my life and helping people along the way, in whatever way I'm helping people, right? And so you got to do the things that you think people might think you're crazy for doing, and hop on that bandwagon, because the majority of people are not reliable. Their perspectives are not reliable. Their judgments on things are not reliable. Just look at our political choices we keep seeing every decade. Look at the people in Congress. You start watching people in Congress and the House of Representatives. It's like ghetto. I'm like, these people are running our countries. So people are not reliable in what is good or bad for you. They can't even make good or bad decisions for themselves. More or less, people can't even run this country. So you should do what's best for you. And if you think they're going to think you're crazy, then you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Because, gosh, I've been watching some of these hearings lately. I'm like, these people are running our country? These people are passing laws in our country? Talking like that? It's insane. So when you're in tune with yourself, you come from the flow of spirit, and everything will be right. Everything will be correct and in a progressive way, and you'll be making great change in your world. Okay, let's go. Let's skip the card pulls because I need some questions here. So we did Deanna. Celeste will be after the question here. So we have a question from Kara. Recommendations for opening sacral chakra to assist developing intuition. Well, there's a lot of recommendations. Of course, I want to look at you directly. And yes, Daryl, you get that look. Next time, say Italian. Daryl knows that look very well that I give. Recommendation: open your sacred chocolate. Let me look at you directly too. What you can do. And this won't be things that I do. Everyone's different. So what I do is not going to be what someone else does. So I don't just tout general shit for people. I'm like, let me see what you can do, what resonates with you to do it. So it's not general. It may not work for everybody. What I do is not for everybody either. Let me see for you. It's interesting because they're putting me in a position of meditation with also kind of using a tone of not, I don't want to say singing, but even like when they go that type of thing, they need you to kind of like create a vibration in the body, right? They need you to feel this vibration coming through the body in that sense. So that's what they're wanting you to do. So they want you to kind of be more in tune to meditation, but getting that kind of vibration going within your soul. So the use of tone, frequency, even music, in a sense, because what's going to do is going to allow you to understand what that flow feels like. So it's not so much the music is doing it or the is doing it. It's creating a vibration within you that can give you the awareness of a flow. And when you have that awareness of a flow, it opens that up. It opens the crown chakra up. And thus, because the intuition is there, it's just kind of being blocked right now. And so I would say we're always intuitive. The abilities are always there. So you want to do that to clear out the channel, to clear out whatever's been blocking the channel in that sense. And so meditation with music and the vibration energy to recognize a channel flow in that sense will open that up more. So your intuition is there. You just have to ask for your intuition. Everybody has intuition. You got to ask for it. Ask about that, what you're wanting in the sense of, when you're reading a situation, say, what do I feel about this? And go deeper with what you feel in this. We all have that intuition. So that's just practical stuff that you can do with that. A specific frequency, not off the top of my head, but you can definitely find ones that will all do it. I've created frequencies, different hertz that I've found that do different things. So I would say, just so you understand the channel, it's more about the process of feeling the flow of channels. So any specific hertz will work on that. You might want to look, I don't know if I have it on my website or if it's on YouTube. I have a frequency meditation for chakra balancing and alignment, so it might be on my YouTube channel, so you can check for that. Or it might be on my online store, I don't know, but I posted some free ones on my YouTube. I think the chakra balance one, the chakra one, is actually on my YouTube. So just utilize that to get the, it's more about you having the awareness of the channel, is what they're saying. Erica, what can I look forward to this weekend at the Solstice Retreat with Britt? Anything to be aware of? Not really. I mean, not every little step is written in the stars, I would say. So, how people make choices and decisions won't necessarily be there. But I think, there's something to be aware of in the negative sense. I feel like it'd be a great harmonious event in a sense, I think that you're going to shed some tears. I think you're going to have a breakdown there. So I think that you're going to kind of release the things you've been holding on to. Because they're saying that you kind of been like holding on to things and kind of like letting go a little bit of pain here and but they're saying it's going to really allow you to break down fully, and kind of release in a sense, because the energy is going to be very supportive for you to do so in that sense there. So I think you're going to like have a breakdown, but not like, it sounds more dramatic than what it is, but a breakdown where you kind of feel like, you're releasing it all and you're coming to the realization of reality, and that, the change needs to happen now, but I feel like more good in the sense of like being supported on this, but almost like you'll come home and you'll be seeing your home in a different way. Remember how when we left Unite the Light, we came back home and we had the depression? Not that, because you weren't high, so low. You're going to come back home and be like a mad woman, like, I'm done with this shit. Like, I'm changing this shit. I'm not living in a gray zone anymore. I'm not going to kind of, pussyfooting around this anymore. I'm being firm on what I need to do now. So it's going to give you that kind of, I would say, push forward in that sense when you get back home. And you're going to realize it's been too gray for you, and that's going to change, and you're going to do something about it. So yeah, I think it's it's meant for you to be there. Clearly, it's meant for you to be there. And there's a lot of other women too, I think, that will also obviously need the healing, but I feel like everybody's going to be very open to that. Of course, we know Brittany's energy is very, magnetic in that sense of attracting those types of people too. So I can concur that. But they're just saying it's going to be a breakthrough moment for you, and you're going to break down. So it's not just yoga and energy work. It's going to be a nice purge. Ali Crowley, it's been working hard towards things. What do you see? It's kind of generic in a sense, but I don't know where to go with that. Like which direction? I guess we'll be general on the approach. Yeah, I feel more structure around. They're showing you because when I close my eyes, I'm seeing you kind of like you're putting things in the proper perspective and structuring things, and you're like I see like paperwork, right? That you're responding to paperwork and stuff in a sense in that regard too. That you're really tackling a lot of those things too. That like now it's been time to do so. So yeah, no, I think that you're actually. I feel like things are in order right now. And so I think that's a really good thing. I was thinking not to be sun. What does that mean? I was thinking not to be sun. I don't know. I know that was a typo. But they're saying things are in order, and I feel like there's a move, or if you moved recently, or a move is coming around. So I feel like a move in a sense, and I feel like you'll be meeting the right people. Like I was saying months ago, I think in a card pull came up that you're meeting the right legal people in a sense. So I feel like you're kind of in that zone. I feel like you're in between. You know what I'm saying? Like in between, like, okay, I wasn't doing shit, now I'm getting shit done. So now like things are about to happen and move. So that's what I'm feeling. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that, you're moving forward and making the right connections, and the right connections are going to come in your favor in that sense. So that feels good to me. You might be dehydrated, so stop with the dehydration. You need, because I'm like getting thirsty, like talking right now or tapping in. So make sure you stay hydrated in this sense. I am getting a little bit of a headache with you too. So I think that you need to, it's the dehydration, because I'm getting a headache, tapping in. So make sure that you're also staying hydrated. You're keeping, your nutrient dense regimen going, because I'm just feeling like a little headachy. Okay. And I mean, so much in this question that it's there's so much to go in one little question that I don't want to exhaust myself on things that are heavy just because of being not so concentrated in a direction, but it's things that are coming up anyways. Yeah, health you should be focusing on your health for sure. Clearly, right? That's an obvious, but I'm feeling fatigue, and I'm also feeling like a toothache. So you might have to do something with the tooth, or just like a toothache or something like that. I'm feeling too. So maybe you have to get a tooth, fixed or something, or worked on. I'm just feeling like I just felt like a pain in a tooth as well, which could be causing a headache. So maybe if you're having headaches, it's also contributing to a tooth in a sense too, which is creating a headache. So you might want to just work on that if you're wondering why. That's what I'm sensing, and just you're dehydrated in a sense. So make sure you're focused on that. But I feel like things are in the movement, Yeah, so maybe you're just grinding too much. Stop it. or don't grind. So make sure you're being aware of that. But I feel like things are in the process of moving forward legally. Okay? I'm going to close this down. I'm getting... the card pulls are just draining me. But yes, but I feel like, in time, I think that things will be structuring. Like we were saying, I mean, many card pulls ago, I remember saying to you that there's people aligning for you professionally. And also legally, Nina, just type in the chat, Nina, if you can, that I'm closing down readings, no more readings. So they're closed down. And let me move forward with that. I have to be clear with these card pulls. And we have Celeste Yvonne card pull. Did I get PayPal too? Let me see. I have to make sure I am doing the right in order too, because I skipped around a bit because there's too many just card pulls in a row. I might change it to where it's like 1 question, 2 question, 3 question in that sense instead of card pulls, because the questions might be a little easier on me. Another card pull. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I might be. Hold on, guys. My disk space is getting low here. I need to delete some space here on my thing. Give me a moment. Otherwise, my live will just end. So give me a couple moments here, guys, so I can like delete some disk space. Give me a moment. Un momento, por favor. Yeah, because if I don't have disk space, it will end. So bear with me a couple seconds on this, guys. I apologize. I thought I had enough, but this is taking a lot of disk space, and stop calling that out. Okay? I got to figure out what I want to delete here. Oh gosh. Tonight is it's just one of them days that a girl goes through. Even though I'm not a girl. Okay, let me do this. Bear with me one moment. I really love that this just decided to happen now. I had 20 gigs, and I don't understand what's taking so much more gigs. I have 9 gigabytes left. I should be okay. I don't know why it's like telling me that it needs I don't know if it's a sign or not. I should have okay. I mean, space, but it's getting a little agitated to me right now. And if whoever I don't get to, I can save for next week or refund the money. Yeah, I just might have to do that. I'll try one more. If it closes, then I'm just gonna have to, shut down. Lose it down, bro? What does that mean? What does that mean, Daryl? Okay, I'm going to delete something over here. It should be okay. Bear with me a moment, guys. Sorry for this short delay here, but we're live. It so happens. Shit happens. And I'm a one-man guy right here. Fusion... Yeah, whatever. I'm going to keep going. If it shuts down, it shuts down. We'll just end it when it ends it. I'm just probably going to refund a couple too. There's just too many card pulls, and that's just too much time. And I'm gonna do something different next week, where I might make like the $15 one, maybe just like a random read instead of card pulls, because shuffling and all that stuff just takes forever. And I'm not a tarot reader. I get bored of the tarot. So I might do something where like the $15 one would be like a random thought, like a random vibe, right? And maybe I could try that now, in a sense, because it's just redundant with the card pulls, and I'm not a tarot guy, so even though I know tarot, but I'm just gonna pull a few. It just gets to be cumbersome. So we'll do something special next week, I feel like, and if it closes down, it shuts down. I do the best I can do. Yeah, friendships, they're saying, Celeste. Friendships, right? They're saying friendships are coming in. Like, new friendships should be coming around you, but you still have to be skeptical of them. And you still have to be, aware of the people that are coming in. So when they start coming in, the friends, don't get on a high, but then don't be too high with it. Don't be too in a sense of we're just like, oh, everything's great, but so they still want you to be very much specific and particular and skeptical of people that are coming in, because they're saying movement in friendships is like kind of the next step for you. And with that movement of friendships, I think there's going to be more connection with creativity as well. And then we're saying healing too, because you got to heal through friendships, they're saying. and having people around that support you. That's very important, they're saying. So you definitely want to make sure that you're healing, that you have friendships that are like supportive of you, but also you're being skeptical that you're not just getting into any relationship, because it feels like a new environment is being birthed in a sense with people around you. So that's great. New community, new people, but that should be the focus. And I think with these new relationships, it's going to be healing for you to be around people that are like-minded, but also where you feel supported. And I think that's a time for you right now. So, what do you say here? Just moved to a children. Oh, well, there you go. So that's good. I think that's really great. They're connecting with that new community of people, right? And so, well, you just moved there. So, but focusing on that, because I feel like there's going to be people that you will be connecting with, because they're showing like a new group of people around you, right? Not now. I'm saying in the future, of course. As a psychic, I'm saying I see like future based. So I think you'll find people around you, that will be very much in alignment to you and your vibe. And so, but you got to be able to do that too, right? And step outside of yourself too. Like, just don't sit back on your couch and say, why aren't people coming to me, right? So definitely get yourself out, meet people, and I feel like you'll find some great people. That's what the focus is on now, is community. Like, that's your next chapter. I feel like we've said this before in another read, like a card pull before, with you, and so it's kind of ringing true on that again, in a sense. So yeah, definitely I would do that, and be more focused on community right now, because that's where you're going to start healing. They're saying that you need that support around you. Don't be isolated. This is your guide. They're saying don't be isolated. Don't keep yourself isolated. Yeah, but in order to be supported, we have to like put ourselves out there, to put yourself out there. They keep saying this, so maybe you're not putting yourself out there. Maybe you're not putting yourself out there. So they just encourage you, go out, go out and do things, like learn about the environment, learn about the community. Because I feel like you're going to meet great people in the community and make great connections, but still be very, when it starts coming in, don't be like, hey, it's everyone's coming in, it's amazing. Also take heed and make sure you're summing people up and you're letting people show you who they are, all that generic stuff, right? Make sure you're still doing that, they're saying. So I feel like they're kind of preparing me to tell you, or preparing you for that, in a sense, Yeah, no, just if you're a freak, there's other freaks out there. I'm saying? If you're a freak, there's other freaks out there too. So yeah, that's probably why they're pushing you, But yeah, it's a like-minded energy, they're saying, for me on this. Andrea Willems, I think I said that right. Willems, right? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, this might be the last night of card pulls. I'm gonna do something new next week. It's time to change it. I've been doing this for a while this way, but it's time for something new. Time for something new. And I get, Aquarians, we have to change. We have to, like, if we Aquarians do something like, oh, I'm bored, So I'm like, I'm bored. I'm like, let's do something new. So stay tuned. Next week, I'm going to do something new. It's time, right? I'm on, 61 episodes of this? Okay. Okay. Darkness to light. Okay. It's very creative energy here. Magician is my it could go either way with me. Someone who has psychic abilities or is like really in tune spiritually, but also creative energy. This comes up to me. And so Ace of Pentacles in conjunction to that. So I feel like, to me, it's saying that so it's like if you're going to find ways to make money at doing something creative, right, and putting the pieces together. And I love how the Two of Swords comes in, because it's kind of like making, almost like pulling the two together in a sense too. So I think your focus will be finding ways to make money out of creative expression, or being creative, or creative art or something like that, and finding ways to make money at that. They're saying now's the time to start focusing on that and thinking this way. Not even just like telling you you're thinking this way, but also saying that's going to be developing, later this year. of I found ways I can make money from this creative expression. I found ways to make money. This art. Oh, interesting. It's working. So I can see a future where I'm making money doing this now and making a living with it. Right. So I feel that's coming to fruition in a sense. You know what I mean? I feel like it's coming to fruition. Well, there you go. I feel like that's kind of what they're urging me to say to you about connecting the two, about creative expression, making money at that, right? Or doing better with business in a sense, because the Ace of Pentacles and the Magician card coming out saying that you're kind of creating a magical business with that in a sense, and bringing it together. Because I feel like you might be focusing on two aspects, but kind of tying it together in a sense. I think this year you're going to make sense of that. And you'll start. It'll become a reality in that sense for you. So that's a good. Keep doing. I hear that's a good. I'm like that's good. Keep doing that. Make sure you stay consistent with that, as you should. And I think little different ways will be coming through to you, inspiring you to make money. The readings are closed, so someone just did another one. They're closed. I'll take it, but anyone after this though, I will just refund because I'm burning out. But just so you know, any other readings that come through after this point, I will just refund. I will honor the one that just came in because I'm nice like that. But yes, it's been a heavy day today for me. So, and my local recording has stopped because I don't have any space left. So that's good. Okay, so stop recording locally, but I can still do live. Okay, that's good. Great. All right, Sydney, what the fuck is this edit? Sydney, you in the house? Are you here, Sydney? Did you leave or you asleep? So Sydney goes, what the fuck is energy? Well, Sydney, I think you probably heard me in the beginning talk about it, and you probably heard me now talk about it too. And yes, that's this energy. Okay. And so I think that with you, like, you'll be stable during this time. Like, I think you're moving forward and kind of putting things in perspective. I feel you kind of being a very, I'm stuck on a word. I was going to say zealous, but I'm like, what does zealous mean? But determined. I just feel like you will move forward unscathed in a sense. I get irritable energy with you, but I feel like this change, you're going to be very determined and kind of headstrong during the next, few months. And so I think that for you, it's just, you'll be in massive observation mode, almost like watching shit happen, but you're not necessarily in it, Sydney. So I think that's interesting to see, and I think it'd be cool to see that you're just going to be like, I'm not affected, and I'm kind of watching things happen, and I'm just letting things crumble the way they need to crumble for certain people. I'm all, all good with that. So yeah, I think that's what this energy is. But for you, I don't think it's going to really bother you in a sense. But I feel that a progression with separating things. That's, to me, I think what's good for your question, is separating things in that sense. So yeah. Katrina Sanders, Iggy, you did Venmo question an hour ago and come through. Let me see, Iggy. Let me see. I don't see anything, Iggy. Are you sure it's Venmo or is it PayPal? Yeah, I don't see anything, Iggy, on my Venmo. Did you PayPal? I'm refreshing. Oh, Iggy, you asked me to pay you. So, yeah, you're requesting me to pay you $20 for a reading. So you might have to redo that, resubmit that, and then I'm gonna call it quits. But yeah, that's why it was showing as you're requesting me to pay you $20. Well, that's why you didn't get it. I ain't paying you to work. So resubmit. But I gotta shut down soon because I'm really winding down. So it's a question, great. If it's card pull, no. But if it's a question, do a question. Even if it's $15, just do a question. The card pulls are exhausting me. But Katrina Sanders, will I get what I want in my custody battle? Mostly. Yeah, mostly. There's some discrepancies. Like I got 80-20, right? So you might get majority in your customer, but there's like 20% you don't get. You know what I mean? So I got more 80-20 kind of ratio in a sense, right? So not completely, but mostly is what I feel like. I just got like an 80-20 feeling in that sense. So yeah, in that sense. I don't feel like you're, I don't call him husband, but you know, the father of your children, with that label. I feel like there's something legally that's getting in the way, or that shoots him in the foot somehow, or something legally, you know, doesn't look good on him in a sense, you know, that's unrelated. So I think, but you get 80% of what you want. I'll say this: what you're thinking you want, you're getting 80% of that, is what I feel. And there's other discrepancies too that I think that is causing that to happen. So yeah, in that sense, yes. Any advice? And I have to do another card pull here, and then I'm done with, and then I'll do Iggy. Any other? No, I think just keep doing what you're doing. I feel like the legal counsel is fine. Like I don't feel like you need any like usually I sense if the lawyer is not a good lawyer in that sense. I'm not really feeling that at all. You know, so I feel like you have good legal counsel, and so it all seems like will go well in that sense. But you'll be getting 80% of what you're thinking, of what you're wanting. Okay. 2 more, and I am exhausted today. The energy today has been so heavy for me and just tiring. And actually, past couple days I've been tired too. And I like to save myself for my sessions because those are really important. But yeah, you have to, and this is something a message for you guys too. Understand when you have to maneuver your energy when you have enough, right? Understand it. If it means you have to disappoint people, let it disappoint people. But you have to put yourself first. And no matter what you're doing, you know. Okay, card pull for Allison Fitzwilliam, and then Iggy's last, and then we are done for the evening. Yeah, and if you guys have suggestions too for next week, different ways of doing different questions and stuff like that, fill me in. Maybe I'll make like the video sessions like more affordable so people do more of that. I mean, you guys not doing the video sessions because they're too much money, or because you don't want to be on camera, you don't be live. So what do you guys think about that? Because I miss doing those. This is so impersonal. If you understand, for 2 hours just not really being personable with you guys, just reading text all the time, and you know, it could be cumbersome. I'd like to kind of talk to you guys in person. So would you guys be doing more apt doing a video reading with me on live if it was cheaper? Put in the comment sections. I'm gonna know. And I'll have to keep those short too. Yes, it's 0 degrees in Cancer. I mean, it's Cancer season is around the corner, and yes, it's definitely, you know, it's going to be heavy for a lot of people. But to me, it's been, other people around me has been just draining. Everybody's like going cray cray. I'm just like, oh God, you know. Just shuffling. Stop fighting, Allie. You know, well, if you don't have a good question, how can I have a good answer if you don't have a good question? So, what they're saying is like getting to get out of your head. Stop, you know, separating what you're doing in your career. You know, because I think that it's almost like you're not connecting the dots still. You know, and so I think that when you understand what you're wanting to accomplish in the future has everything to do with what you're doing now, then you're connecting the dots intellectually so you can get there. You're still pouting about things. And you got to stop pouting about things. You have to stop thinking. To me, it's more of like a self confidence thing. You know what I mean? Like you're in your head because you're not like being confident you can actually do something differently. Like you have to ask yourself, why wouldn't you be able to do something differently? Why wouldn't you be able to grow out of what you're doing? And why wouldn't you be able to expand into what you see what's good for yourself? Why wouldn't you be able to? You keep putting, you keep putting a block in front of yourself and disconnecting from what you want to do into what you're doing now when it's connected. Everything's connected. So yeah, I think that when you get out of that mindset and stop being so goddamn heavy on yourself, then it all makes sense, and you could just like absorb and what you're learning and digest what you're learning, and things could be more fluid, and you'll have more fun, and like you're sucking the life out of yourself. You're sucking the fun out of yourself. Why? Ask yourself, why am I sucking the fun out of things? Why am I sucking the life out of what I'm doing? Ask yourself that question. And there better be a good answer. If there's not a good answer, then you should just stop doing that and be conscious of that behavior. Say, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put more love into it. I'm going to put more fun into this. Yes. What I want to do is just expanding from what I'm doing now. Yes, I'm going to do that, right? So you got to start creating how you're going to think and creating what you want to feel, instead of sucking the fun out of what could be a wonderful journey moving forward for you of changing the aspects of work in a sense, and having fun learning. Like, it sounds cheesy. It sounds like a children's show. Have fun learning. But I'm not kidding. Like having some fun learning and having some fun, whatever you're learning, it's something that you enjoy, that you love. And so just making sure that you're like having fun, giving yourself the enjoyment of that, So that's what they're saying. That's what's keeping you kind of fragmented in that, you know what I mean? And it's easy to snap out of that. Just snap out of it. Like you don't have to put so much emphasis on, I got to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's like, no, just snap yourself out of it and say, oh, I'm doing that thing again. I'm sucking the life out of it and the fun out of what I'm doing. Let's put more fun in it. Let's have fun. You'll be surprised how quickly you can shift out of it. So, I feel like you've been making progression, but like you're still sucking the life out of what you're doing. Like you're still learning and doing things and moving forward, but like you're sucking the life out of it. Like enjoy your progress on that. That's what they're saying. Because then you'll never get to appreciate what you're doing to get there, and then you're disconnecting the path, and then you just drive yourself mad in a sense. But that's a shift. That's a simple, like just a shift of mindset in that sense of changing behavior, and just recognize you do that and then say, okay, I won't be doing that, Why is this hard? I feel like I have all the pieces, but they aren't fitting. But that's not true. That's not true. It's not fitting. Remember, there's certain timing of things. That's an illusion for you. You might not find the right way to put it together. I mean, some people try to put the wrong pieces together and they think it's the right piece. Like that's not the right piece. That's the leg, and so you just have to take your time. Like you're not giving yourself time. And so you might be rushing your process too much. And just like chill, learn what you want to learn, acquire the experience, what you experience, and understand that's a process. Enjoy the process. What you're doing for work is, something you'll evolve out of, but like you already know how to do it. So you can have to put fun into the work that you already do, and because you choose to. It's simple. Like choose to have fun with it. You know what I mean? And so it's not everything has to be so complicated or so challenging. Not everything has to be so like detrimental. It can be as simple as, hey, I want to grow out of my work, but I'll have fun with my patients. I'll put some light in it because I don't want to be heavy anymore with it. It's a simple realization of that, and just getting yourself out of the head, which makes you think you're fragmented, but you're not. Or you could just kind of like understand the order of such. Not every puzzle piece is going to fit together in this at this moment in time. So. Sometimes you have to wait for things to connect. Okay, last but it's definitely not least, Iggy, who was requesting me to pay him for a reading. Okay, my neighbor's beautiful German Shepherd died Tuesday night from emergency services. What happened there with the dog, spiritually speaking? I don't think there's anything spiritual going on there. I feel like the surgery wasn't necessary. I kind of feel like the dog was ill before the surgery. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I feel like there was something going wrong. So it's almost like the dog would have passed even without the surgery. I don't know if it's if the dog was having a lot of different complications. I get complications from different parts of the body, so I don't know if it was an illness or disease in the different parts of the body. I feel like the dog was just breaking down in a sense, that the surgery wouldn't have prevented it out of the way. So I understand why they might say the surgery, but they're saying no. And so I think the dog was in a lot of feels like a stressful environment too. I feel the dog was in a lot of stress in the home in a sense, and so there's a lot of stress with that. The dog was encumbered with stress, and I feel like the dog just needed to exit physical reality because there was so much stress in the home, and I don't think the care of the animal was, what the animal needed in a sense, right? And the animal seemed a little sad, in a sense. So I think it's, a wake-up call for the owners to be like, hey, you need to be aware of like your heaviness and what you're putting around, and and that now that the dog is gone and the dog is away from that heaviness, now it's almost like I feel like the dog was an excuse for a lot in their lives, and the dog's like, I don't want to be an excuse for their life anymore. I don't be the reason why they don't look at their own problems, and I don't want to be an excuse of why they don't do things anymore. So the dog's like, it's time for me to go. It's too much heaviness. So they got to stop making excuses, is what the dog is saying. And that dog got sick of being their excuse. So that is that. And that was Thursday. Heavy Thursday night because of the energy's heavy. And it is what it is. It's part of what it is. When we go with the flow, roll with the punches, then we have fun with it. And so, I love that you're laughing about it. But yeah, I just get that feeling from the dog in that sense, yes, actually July is open. Yes, AC. I just opened. I didn't announce it yet because like June is kind of booked out already. I think I have 1 or 2 slots open for June. So I opened July discreetly. So I'll let you know. Don't tell anybody, AC. July is open for booking. But I usually announce July is open for booking probably like 5 days before July hits. But it is open. I did it secretly. Some people found out about it. And so, yes. So if you're looking for July, that is definitely open. So, yes. And this week has been I'm going bananas. What is that song? It's been heavy, but, maneuver around it. Know when to take your naps and, come to terms with the different emotions that you're having right now. And then you'll have more of a love feeling for your relationships, like I said in the beginning. So my issue is I'm letting people get to me too much. And I have to learn how to not. Because I read it, and then I'm just like, I want to fix it. So I have to stop fixing things that, I'm not fixing people anymore. I'm like fixing like little situations, like, things in the neighborhood or communication with the contractors, like things like that. I'm just trying to fix, and I'm just like, stop with the frustrations. So anyways, guys, been a pleasure. I'm glad we shared our heaviness together tonight. And suggestions for next week. I mean, you give me suggestions of what would be great options for readings, because I'm going to change it. The card pulls are getting stale for me because I don't have any interaction with you guys, and I'm just reading text, and it's just, it can be cumbersome. So I'm going to do something different that is fun for you, fun for me. So any suggestions, let me know. And so this next week, we'll do something fun, and we'll do readings fun in a way. Maybe do a group session. Maybe we'll do, I don't know. But fill me in. What do you guys want to do next week? Let me know. All right? As always, I love and appreciate every one of you guys, and I hope you guys should probably re-listen to the intro message. And Sydney, you might have to replay. I read your cards and replay back. But thank you, Nina, for being a wonderful mod, and we will see you. I will see you Thursday. Next Thursday. Well, next Thursday is what? The 27th. Okay, I don't know if I'll be doing July 4th because that Thursday after that is July 4th. I probably won't be doing that. But we'll see you next week. And if you want, those who go watch and want to book a personal session, as I discreetly mentioned, that July is open now for bookings. ScottCruzPM.com. The link is in the description. Of course, my one-on-one sessions are more personable because I have you in front of me. And more detail. We go more depth. And, of course, we have better time together. This is a very general quick process. It's for fun too. We get in depth with my sessions, life readings, mediumship sessions, connect with those who've crossed over, as well as Intuition Builder, helping you develop more of your intuition. That's more good for you. I don't feed general bullshit, and if I'm giving you general information, I will let you. This is general. This is what can work for everybody. But with Intuition Builder, it's also a very personalized session things that work specifically for you and your abilities. So check that out. If not, join me next Thursday and tell everybody else. Tell your friends. Bring people in. Let's build a bigger community. And there's a Monday night, Leading Out Loud. We're just doing a rerun of not a rerun, but a pre-recorded interview we've done with a great UFO specialist. He's really pretty awesome. We recorded that interview months ago. We're trying to determine what the show is, so we're just taking a night off, but that would be a recorded interview on Monday, so it wouldn't be live, but we will be live again that next following Monday, and we'll see you then for LOL. And check out, if you missed out this Monday's episode, check it out on Leading Out Loud. It's also on my channel, and support that show too, as that's growing and new as well. Okay, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and remember, you guys are all the gods and goddesses of your own myth. What do you want to create? Much love. Good night, guys.
He said it was like a Devin or David.
David is his name. It's been so spot on.
And I don't know if you put it in the side of your end table or not. You said like something in your end table that you this too.
My God, we're crazy.
Yeah, he's saying hi, baby girl. He's saying hi, baby girl. And is there significance with like image of a rose at all?
He would
Does that make
always
sense?
give me a rose.
Okay, so he's like doing one now. He's saying to work with some sort of like vibrational machine, somehow a way to work with like machinery and vibration.
I work with horses, and there's actually some magnawave therapy that's vibrational.
Tell me something that he told you that came true.
Everything he's predicted has come true.
I just don't see it.
So he doesn't have cancer?
It's very possible.
Allow yourself to hear yourself. Allow yourself to feel yourself. Allow yourself to talk to yourself. Allow yourself to respond to yourself. That's looking within.
You might encounter negative aspects of self, but that's a freeing experience.
Because then they start realizing that they can't think outside the box. And I say, if you can't think outside the box, then who's the stupid one here?
There's a reason why we're on this timeline. There's a reason why we've chosen to be in this awakening. I say we're going through a spiritual awakening.
So I don't just come on here and talk bull and repeat. I'm living this stuff.
In harmony with